This is video number 1, learning the major scale. First of all, we need to find out about steps on these keys. A step is from one key to another key, but there are different types of steps. And there's only 2 different types of steps, by the way. There's the half step, which is the very next key, whether it's a black key or whether it's a white key. So 2 white keys like that with nothing in between is a half step. A white note to a black note, nothing in between, it's a half step. A black note to a white note, nothing in between, it's a half step. This is not a half step, even though it's the next black key, but you got the white note in between. But this is a half step, then this is a half step, then that would be a whole step, because it's made up of 2 half steps. Okay? So it would be a good idea just to take a couple fingers and just play different half steps. Do it in your left hand. Half step, half step, half step, half step. It's sort of fun to do. Do it in various parts of the piano, just any way you like to do it. Sometimes down a half step, up a half step, down a half step, up a half step. And make sure that you fully understand on a practical basis exactly what a half step is. Whole steps, as I just explained, is the combination of 2 half steps. There's one half step, there's another half step, that makes a whole step. So now, with just 2 fingers, play whole steps. Okay, you note the whole step, 2 halves, and 1 key in between. There's a half step, there's a half step, there's a whole step. Half step, whole step, 1 key in between. Whole step, 1 key in between, a half step, and another half step. Whole step. Half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. This constitutes improvisation, by the way. Just playing various half steps, playing various whole steps throughout the piano with just 2 fingers. You can finger it more if you want to, but I think this is sort of fun to do. You don't have to worry about fingering all 5 fingers, all 10 fingers, because you're just using 2. But do it in the right hand, half steps going up, half steps going down, whole steps going up, whole steps going down. Same thing in the left hand. Half steps up, half steps down, whole steps up, whole steps down. Purely whatever, just play it. Whole step, half step, half step, whole step. So you make a half step into a whole step by making it a half step larger. Or you make that half step, instead of going down, go up another half step. Do these half steps and whole steps from every black key and from every white key in both hands. Get used to using both hands, and just 2 fingers will be fine. Okay, once you've done that, let's get into the major scale itself. The major scale is made up of a pattern of half steps and whole steps. And we'll take up the 5-note major scale first of all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, it so happens that the C major scale fits the pattern of the major scale. What is the pattern? Whole step 1 to 2, whole step 2 to 3, half step 3 to 4. See, there's no black note in between. But these had a black note in between, so they were whole steps. There's your half step. And then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5 is another whole step. So that you really only have 1 half step, and that's 3 to 4. 1 to 2 is a whole step, 2 to 3 is a whole step, 3 to 4 is your half step. And the 4 to 5. So whole step, half step, whole step. Okay? Play that C major scale. How about different places? Now just don't play the keys, but play the half steps and the whole steps. Know what you're doing. Whole step, half step, whole step. Coming down, the whole step first of all. Then 4 to 3 is your half step, 2 to 1 is a whole step, and 1 to 2, or 2 to 1 is a whole step. So, C major scale on various parts of the piano, both right hand and left hand. If you want to do it hands together, fine. Whole step, half step, whole step. Okay? Now, start on some different note. I don't care. It just doesn't matter. E. Alright? 1 to 2 is a whole step. 2 to 3 is a whole step. 3 to 4 is a half step. And 4 to 5 is a whole step. And I think probably you're beginning to see these two halves that makes a whole. And then the half step, 4 to 3, 1, 2, 3 to 4, or 5, 4 to 3, 4 to 3, 3 to 4, or half step, then a whole step and a whole step. We'll play that various places. Whole step, half step, whole step. Together, whole step, half step, whole step. Okay, then try it on a black key. Alright, there's your half step, here to here, then a whole step with one more half step, whole step. So you got 1 to 2 is a whole step, 2 to 3 is a whole step. Now 3 to 4 is a half step, okay, and 4 to 5 is a whole step. Coming down, 5 to 4 is a whole step, 4 to 3 is a half step, 3 to 2 is a whole step, and 2 to 1 is another whole step. Notice I'm moving in and outside of the keys. I don't want, maybe I want to stay in like this, but maybe I want to come out. So don't be afraid to sort of move in and out on these. Your job. Play the major scale from every single white key in both hands, and then from every single black key. All your major scales. Alright, there's a black key, alright? Whole step, 1 to 2, 2 to 3 is a whole step. I think you can see it. 1 to 2 is a whole step with the white note in between. Half step makes 2 whole step. Half step plus another half step is a whole step. 1 to 2 is a whole step, 2 to 3 is a whole step, 3 to 4 is a half step. And then 4 to 5 is a combination of the 2 half steps. Sometimes it's sort of nice to just put all notes down to C. You get 2 black notes at the bottom, 2 black notes on the top. We got 1 white key here. Then just observe. Whole step, half step, whole step. D flat major scale. How about A flat? Okay, we'll take the left hand. Whole step. Okay, combination of 2 half steps here. Then a whole step. So 1 to 2 is a whole step, 2 to 3 is a whole step, and 3 to 4 is your half step, and then it's 2 half steps up to your whole step here. So you're pretty much positioned on top of the black keys here. Whole step, half step, whole step. Whole step, half step, whole step. Now look at that, again, 2 black notes on the bottom, 2 black notes on top. White note here, which is your half step here, and the whole step here, 3 to 2 and 2 to 1. This is somewhat of a job. If you've never done this before, work it out, hands separately, hands together, from all white keys, from this white key, from this white key, from this white key, etc. But don't do it one after another, just vary it, move around the piano a little bit. Improvise. Improvisation is just simply doing whatever you decide to do at the time. Okay, I'm going to decide to play the C major scale. Whole step, half step, whole step. Okay, I'm going to decide to do the C major scale in the left hand. Whole step, half step, whole step. Okay, I'm going to play the G major scale, right hand. You see, make your decisions and then just simply go through and work it out. Whole step, 2 to 3 is a whole step, 3 to 4 is a half step, and 4 to 5. Oh, white keys again, just like C major. 5 to 4 whole step, then 4 to 3 half step, then a whole step, then a whole step. Work these things. Spend some time with this. Spend some time with your 2 fingers, with your half step, both going up and down, and various places on the piano. Half step, going up, half step, going down, half step, going down, half step, going down, half step, going up, then whole step. Half step. So you can combine your half steps and your whole steps. You must know what you are doing though. Describe for yourself what you're doing. Like right there, down a whole step, up a half step. Now, if you really fully understand what you are doing, with that you understand the rudiments of music. Because this is what music is made up of. And particularly the major scale. Made up of half steps and whole steps. So practice them. Whole step, then a half step. Half step, then a whole step. Then another half step. Then a whole step from here. How about a half step from here? Then a whole step from the same place. Work it, work with it, and know exactly what you are doing. Because from here you're starting to build a vocabulary in the language of music that you will be able to use for the rest of your musical life. Know what you're doing. Don't just play notes that without any meaning whatever. There's not much meaning here except just it's information. But information itself is useless unless you do it. And this is what we're talking about. Do it, do it, do it. Spend some time with it. You're obviously not going to pay hours because it's not enough. But you're going to do it enough that you feel comfortable with it. Okay? So work with that and we'll go on to video number 2 in just a while. Have fun. Bye-bye.